हरि ओम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। Welcome to yet another enchanting session of Madhyama-vyayoga in the Ola Sanskrit Sahitya series. We have started Madhyama-vyayoga, a one-act play by Mahakavi Bhasa. 2 lectures are already over. We have seen that a Brahmana family with 3 sons, husband, wife and 3 children, they enter a dense forest, and they see the Mahakaya, Rakshasaputra, Ghatotkacha. Each one of them describes the Rakshasa in his own manner. And they are about to proceed further when Ghatotkacha stops them. Bho Brahmana Tishtha Tishtha. So that is what we stopped at last time. Bho Brahmana Tishtha Tishtha. किम यासि मद्भय विनाशित धैर्यसारः वित्रस्तदारसुत रक्षणहीन शक्ते तार्क्ष्याग्र्य पक्ष पवनोद्धत रोषवह्निः तीव्रः कलत्र सहितो भुजगो यथार्थः. A very good upama alankara in the Tabhaja Jagaga Vasanta Tilaka Vritta again. In this drama we hardly come across Shardula Vikridita, which were commonly found, especially in the beginning of Urubangam. Here we find Vasanta Tilaka, very pleasant chandas, Kim yasi madbhaya vinashita dhairya saraha. Kim yasi, why are you going? Yasi, ya to go, to depart. Kim yasi, how are you? Vinashita dhairya saraha. For whom the dhairyasya saram vinashitam, not nashtam, nashitam. See the nijanta prayoga, the prayojaka, the causal which is used here, it is not nashta. The dhairya of the Brahmana is not nashta on its own, it is nashita, caused to go away because of the sight of Ghatotkacha. So, Ghatotkacha is the cause, and therefore a very clever use of Nijanta, the causal prayoga here. The Vinashita by what? Madbhaya. Very clearly pointed out by Ghatotkacha. My fear caused the cessation of fortitude in you. Madbhaya Vinashita Dhairyasaraha Vitrastadara Sutta Rakshanahina Shakte. And because you have lost all your courage, a Brahmana as it is not known for being so courageous and adventurous. And that is the reason, if you remember, in Karnabharam, we saw that while Parashurama is sleeping and on the lap of Karna, and the krimi is, piercing the lap, and the stream of blood is flowing, but Karna doesn't utter a single word of pain or agony. And therefore, after waking up, Parashurama realizes he is not a Brahmana, he must be a Kshatriya, because Brahmanas don't have that much courage, that titiksha is not so much in Brahmana. The sahanashilata is little less because they are not meant for fighting spirit. It is the Kshatriyas. And therefore, Madbhaya Vinashita Dhairyam, the Dhairya has already gone, and therefore, Vitrastadara Sutta Rakshana Hina Shakte. He feels that Brahmana feels that he is Hina Shaktihi, Hina Shaktihi, Yasya Saha. One whose capability, one whose potential has gone away, has given up. Regarding what? Rakshana, regarding the protection. Protection of whom? Dara Sutta. He is unable to protect his own wife and his children, and therefore is santrasta, therefore is confused, therefore is frightened, not only confused. Trasa in Sanskrit means fright, fear. So, vitrastadara sutarakshana hina shakti, he has realized he can no more protect his, because normally it is the onus on the shoulder of the chief of the family, the head of the family, to protect his wives and children. But now, after seeing Ghatotkacha's very frightful complexion and his Daustra coming out and all that, we saw the description last time, and therefore he is very afraid, very much frightened. Vitrastadara sutta rakshana hina shakte, he is frightened, and therefore urla surla dhairya pan gela. Whatever little dhairya he had, that also got vanished because he is already frightened. First of all, he is vinashita dhairya saraha at the very sight of Ghatotkacha, and now thinking that how can I protect my responsibility to protect my wife and children, and I am unable to do it, and therefore is all the more hina shakti because he is frightened. Tarkshagra paksha pavanodhata roshavanhihi tivrah kalatra sahito bhujago yathartaha. There is a simile given here. He is compared, the Brahmana is compared to a bhujaga, to a serpent, to a snake, who is kalatra sahitaha, who is along with his mate. Artaha, again frightened, rendered to a very pitiable condition where nobody can protect him. And for that, why he is frightened, that serpent is frightened, because there is Tarksha, that is Garuda, Tarkshasya, Garudasya. It is Trikshasya. Triksha is the name of Kashyapa. Triksha is one of the names of Kashyapa, and because Tarksha is the son of Kashyapa from Vinata, we know the story, Kashyapa had Vinata and Kadru, two wives. So Vinata's two sons, she bore one egg which she broke in a hurry to get a child, and that's why Aruna was born without his feet. A lame child was born, and another was Vainateya, that is Garuda. So Trikshasya nama Kashyapasya munehe apatyam Tarkshaha nama Garudaha. Tasya agripakshabhyam, his wings pakshabhyam, purovarti pakshabhyam, janitaha yaha pavanaha, tarkshagra paksha pavanodhata roshavanhihi tivraha. So, Tarkshasya nama Garudasya pakshabhyam yaha pavanaha nama anilaha uddhataha prachandaha roshavanhihi krodhagnihi tena tivraha uttejitaha kalatra sahitaha sastrikaha artaha nama udvignaha bhujagaha sarpaha yatha apayati tatha ayam brahmanaha apayati. And therefore Ghatotkacha says, Kim yasi. Why are you going? You just want to flee and sneak away with your wife and children, but I won't allow you to do that. So this is the wings of Garuda, like they are like when he is fluttering his wings, the Agni will get Prajvalita. Now where is this Agni? The Agni is Krodhagni. This is not a phenomenal fire, it is the Krodhagni. Why Krodhagni? Ghatotkacha feels humiliated that when he is standing there in the front with his all ugra, ferocious rupa, how dare the Brahmana can go away, just slip away from the forest along with his family. So his krodha gets all the more triggered, And therefore, yatha tarkshasya garudasya pakshabhyam tasya roshagnihi tivraha bhavati tathaiva mama roshaha api tivraha bhavati bhavat gamanena. Because you want to go, I am also very enraged, and therefore I want to stop you here and itself. Okay. So, tivraha kalatra sahitaha bhujago yathartaha yatha artaha bhujagaha tathaiva artaha brahmanaha api tataha gantumichhati kintu ghatotkachaha tam varayati. So, that is the gist of the this verse. Okay. And then again he says, bho brahmana nagantavyam. Nagantavyam. You should not leave. Not that you don't go. First in the verse it is said, Kim Yasi, why are you going? See the use of grammar, the tenses. Yasi is latlakara, the present tense, simple, vartamana kala. Whereas Gantavyam is a vidyartha, linglakarasya, this kridanta. This is vidyartha vachaka, dhatu sadhita, avyaya. Okay, Gantavyam, this is the avyaya, na gantavyam. You cannot. You should not go. You don't deserve to go. Disregarding my presence here. Okay? Nagantavyam. Now this Vruddha, because he has the responsibility of the protection of his family, but he is unable to do it, yet he wants to gird up his loins, and somehow or the other make us feel that he is courageous enough to console his frightened family members. And therefore he says, especially to his wife, Bho Brahmani, na bhetavyam. I am here. Main hu na. Na bhetavyam. Okay? Don't be afraid. Putrakaha. Oh children. Putrakaha. Ka. Again the diminutive, We have seen it multiple times like Harinaka, etc. Putraka. In Urubhangam also we saw when Dhritarashtra is asking Putra Kvasi and Gandhari is asking Putraka Kvasi. Oh Raja Beta, where are you? So Putrakaha, I am there. To protect you is my responsibility. Putrakaha na bhetavyam. And what is the karana? What is that thing which has, assured him that they can rest at peace? He says, Savimarshahi asya vani. His vani, his speech, though he looks very terrible in appearance, the Vaikhari vani, the speech which he speaks, articulated words, they are not that terrifying. Savimarsha, there is some thought in that. He is doing it with a purpose. There is some purpose behind all what he is doing. And what is that purpose, we'll come to know when Ghatotkacha reveals that. But see the analysis of the Brahmana in the difficult times, how to console your own self and how to console your frightened family members. Brahmani na bhetavyam, putrakaha na bhetavyam, savimarshahi asya vani. His speech is not that terrifying. It has some purpose, He is doing it under some pretext, told by somebody. Ghatotkacha, this poor fellow, bho kashtam, he really, because, he is doing it really on a purpose, and that purpose he will say in this present verse. Janami sarvatra sadacha nama dvijottamah punyattamah prithivyam dvijottamah pujyatamah prithivyam akaryametaccha mayadya karyam matur niyogad apaniya shankam. Upajati Vrutta, very nice, very simple, behoving what Bhasa's characteristic is. He writes a simple prose, simple poetry. This is a very simple verse, Janami, I know. What do I know? Sarvatra sada. All places for all the time. The space and the time, for all the times to come, at every place, sarvatra dvijottamaha nama prithivyam pujyatamaha. I know it for certain that the good Brahmins, good Brahmanas, द्विजेषु उत्तमाः द्विजोत्तमाः पृथिव्यां सदा सर्वत्र च पूज्यतमाः. They are praiseworthy. They have to be worshipped. They deserve our accolades. They deserve our reverence and respect. Pujyatamaha, Dvijottamaha, Kutra Prithivya, Kada, Sarvada, Sada. And wherever you go, wherever you see Brahmanas, you have to show respect to them. I know that. Janami. But still, akaryam etaccha maya adya karyam. But I am compelled to do. I am obliged to do this karya. Maya. Adya karyam. This is a passive construction. I am not doing it on my own. See, the very clever use of the passive construction. He doesn't speak in the active sense that I am aham adya idam akaryam karomi. No. I am not doing it. I am obliged to do this akarya, a thing which I shouldn't do at all. For what? Matuhu niyogat. As commanded by my mother. As ordered by my mother. And therefore, apaniya shankam. And therefore, I have to remove all the doubts, the queries, the questions in my mind. Why should I catch hold of a Brahmana? Why can't I let him go? Because Brahmana is pujyatama for me. My mother has told me that you bring a Brahmana boy for my meals today. And Maturadnya Anullanghaniyya. Whatever my mother has stated, I have to obey. So, though I know that Brahmanas are pujyatama, my Mata is more pujyatama than the Brahmanas. So here comes his Matru Bhakti. We have seen how Duryodhana is also Matru Bhakta. Anyasyam api jatyam me tvameva janani bhava. He says to Gandhari that if at all there is a rebirth, then next birth also you be my mother. I want to become your child. So that is the Matru Bhakta Duryodhana. Here we see Matru Bhakta Ghatotkacha Akaryametat Maya Adya Karyam Avasham Eva Avashyam but Avashena Maya. I don't have control over my senses and my own thoughts. I know that Brahmanas are to be revered. I wouldn't have touched even a Brahmana at my own accord, at my own will. But Matuhu niyogat adya maya idam akaryam karyameva. Karyam, kartavyam, karaniyam, vidyarthavachaka dhatu sadhitas. Okay. So maya adya karyam matuhu niyogat, and therefore all the shankas, how can I touch the Brahmana who are pujyatama, all these doubts have to be removed from my mind, and I just have to obey my mother. Okay. Brahmani, Vriddha again says, Brahmani, kim na smarasi, they are just, trying to have a little bit conversation between themselves so that the pressure of fear will be little lessened. Brahmani, kim na smarasi, atra bhavata jalaklinnena munina uktam anapetam rakshasamidam vanam apramadena gantavyamiti. Tadeva utpannam bhayam. Do you remember, oh my wife, that Jalaklinna Muni, one Muni, Jalaklinna, one who is, drenched in water, it may be his proper name, it may not be a proper name, it may be just an adjective, okay? So that Brahmana who just took a dip in the river and he was all wet, or maybe his name is Jalaklinna, that Muni had told us that Anapetam Rakshasamidam Vanam, that this forest is unapetam Rakshasam. An and apa, these are two negatives there. Apetam Rakshasam means where the Rakshasas are not there. Okay. But anapetam, it's not that the Rakshasas are not there. So double negations making it a very, very strong affirmation. Do you remember that Brahmana, that Muni told us that this Vana is full of Rakshasas. It is not that it is devoid of Rakshasas. That means there are Rakshasas in this That's what has happened. We are caught by a Rakshasa. See, that Brahmana, that Muni was warning us, apramadena gantavyam. You have to be very alert. You have to be very cautious while you are traveling this particular patch. This is very, very dangerous. It is not that it is devoid of Rakshasa. That means there are Rakshasas in this patch, in this belt. And that's what has happened. See, we are caught by the Rakshasa. Brahmani says, Kimidanim Aryaha Madhyastha Varanaha iva drishyate. The Brahmani wants to taunt him. It's a sarcastic remark. Normally, when ladies, they themselves, women, they themselves can't do anything and they are at the disposal of their husbands, and the husband is also unable to protect them, then they would have a chance, an opportunity to taunt the husband. This is a typical scenario in any family in the society, and therefore she wants to say, Kim madhyastha varana iva drishyate. Why have I feeling that you are, like so very passively saying this as if you are not responsible for this. If you knew that this particular patch is so much, inhabited by the Rakshasas, we could have resorted to some other path. Why did you bring us from this path? Now it is your responsibility. Do you get me? Like that. So, Kim idhanim madhyastha varana iva drishyate, as if you don't know what to do. Kim kartavya vimudha iva drishyase. Madhyastha, as if you don't have anything to do with either this party or that party. That is madhyastha, isn't it? Madhyastha is one who is standing in between, in the middleman, who is neither associated with this side or associated with that side. So you are taking, nobody's side, you are not taking our side, you are not taking his side. Madhyastha varana iva drishyase, as if you don't know what to do. You should have thought of it earlier. Okay? Kim karishyami mandabhagyaha. See, the dialogues are so what you can say, daily dialogues, practical society, the life of people. Kim karishyami mandabhagya. What else can I do? Poor fellow I am, unfortunate fellow that I am. What else can I do? I have to console in these many words because I can't fight with this person. I am not a Kshatriya, first place. He is Vruddha, second place, right? So I can't do anything else. So I just have to say, maybe he has a good intention. His intention is something good and therefore he is doing it. Just consoling our own selves, The Brahmani advises him, you don't know what to do, I tell you. Vikroshamaha. We will, cry aloud. Ask for help. Help, help, help. If somebody is there, he will come to help us. Don't you know? You have to do that. You are sitting like this as if you are not concerned with us. No, Vikroshamaha. How can't you understand this? We can cry aloud and ask for help, beg for help. The Prathama son says, Bhavati, kasya vayam Vikroshamaha. Whom shall we call for help? This is a dense forest. Who will be there? Kasya vayam Vikroshamaha. Idam hi shunyam timirot karaprabhaihi naga prakarairavruddha dikpatham khagair mrigaischapi samakulantaram vanam nivasabhimatam manasvinam. This vana, so dense, densely populous with the big trees. The trees have grown so big that not even a ray of sun can reach here. And therefore it is all dark. The trees as it is with their brownish trunks and the dark green leaves, they give you a dark color all over. Not even a ray of sun, which is a ray of hope for us, can pierce through this dense expanses of these trees. Idam hi shunyam. This is a, shunya place. Nobody will be here. Shunya because of what? Timira utkara prabhaihi naga prakaraihi avaruddha dikpatham. Dikpatha, we don't know in which direction we are moving. Like in Marathi it is said, if you go into the deep forest, chakva vastu, chakva. That is, you don't know from where you came and from where to which place you are heading to. You lose all the directions because you are caught in that void and you are caught in that dense darkness all around. So you really lose the path, you really lose the directions. So avaruddha dikpatham, because of naga prakaraihi. Naga means a parvata, naga also means a vriksha. Na gacchati iti nagaha. Simple meaning, that which can't move from its place. Even the parvatas, the mountains don't move and therefore they are called naga. Or the vrikshas, the sthavara yoni, they can't move on their own, right? A tree can't move from this place to that place. So here you can't take it as parvata, you have to take it as the vrikshas. Okay? Naga prakarehi timirotkara prabhaihi. Timirasya utkaraha. Utkara is like nivaha. Nibida timira. Timira is darkness. Timira utkara prabhaihi. Timirasya utkarasya prabha yesham. Taihi ityarthaha nama nitanta shamala varnaihi vrikshaihi. All these vrikshas look so alike, so dark, I am reminded of a Gita Govinda verse, Jayadeva. He describes that the vanabhuvaha shamaha but tamaladrumaihi. All the vanabhuva, the territories of the forest, they have become dark. They are darkened because of the tamala trees. Tamala tree is dark in color. The tamala patra, we all know. So this is just a remembrance of, vanabhuva shamas tamaladrumaihi. Okay. So idam hi shunyam timirotkara prabhaihi naga prakaraihi avaruddha dikpatham. Because everything is darkened, all the directions are lost to us. We don't know to which direction we are going. Khagaihi mrigaishchapi samakulantaram vanam. The antaram of vana, the interior of this forest, is samakulam, vyapritam, inhabited by khagaihi mrigaishchapi, by various birds and beasts. One thing is, there are so many tall giant trees, they are blocking the sunlight and therefore everything is dark. Secondly, the interior of this forest is habited by all the birds and the beasts, the wild beasts and all. So this one could be at the most, a place for manasvi tapasvi. For the tapasvi jana to have, they want some solitude, ekanta sthana. And normally some tapasvi jana would sit for meditation in such dense forests. So, vanam nivasabhimatam manasvinam. This vana could be at the most a place for staying, nivasa, abhimatam, ishtam, for whom? Manasvinam. Manasvi, that is the prashasta manasam nivasaya, those who have made up their mind to stay at one place and contemplate and all. They are not bothered about anything else around them. For only such people can stay. Grihasthas like us, we can't even think of staying in this place. Okay? So Prathamaha says, Kasya vayam vikroshamaha. Brahmani gives the suggestion, we'll cry aloud, help, help, help. Who will come? At the most some munis would be there and they would be in deep meditation, they won't even hear us. So who are we crying for? Okay? Vriddha says, Brahmani, na bhetavyam. Please don't get frightened. Let me think. The very moment his son talked about manasvi jana nivasa yogyam iti shrutva, his elder son stated that, this vana could be a place for manasvi jana. Hearing that, vigataha iva me santrasaha, as if my fear has gone, I have some ray of hope. Why? Shanke, I doubt. Shanke, na ati durena, not very far from here, Pandavashramena bhavitavyam. Pandavas would be staying. Pandavas has resorted to forest. Everybody knows that. And they will be in the deep forest like this only. The moment his sons said, Manasvijana nivasabhimatam, I fear, no, not I fear, I guess, Shanke, I guess that Pandava's ashrama should be somewhere nearby. And therefore my fear is gone. If we cry aloud, maybe the Pandavas will come and save us. Why? Pandavas are known for that. Pandavas are very brave, they have good warriors among them, and they always protect the Deena, the Abala, and whosoever comes to their Sharana. So how are the Pandavas? Yuddha Priyascha, Sharanagata Vatsalascha. They are Yuddha Priya, they are Kshatriya. And those who come to their Sharana, those who ask from them some help, Sharana Agata Vatsala, they are very compassionate. Vatsala, this word is very, very nice, Vatsala really speaks of, the literal meaning of Vatsam, Lati, iti Vatsalaha, that is applicable to a cow and its calf. Vatsa is the Govatsa. So how the mother cow would lick very affectionately her young calf, the moment it is born, she licks it and cleans the calf, right? And then how fondly she will give milk to the calf and all that. So that bhava is basically Vatsala. And later on we say Matru Vatsalya, Bhakta Vatsalya, Pitru Vatsalya, Guru Vatsalya. So it is basically fondling and caring and caressing the young calf by a mother. That is Vatsam Lati iti Vatsalaha. Later on, the metaphorical meaning, this is what is called Abhidha and Lakshana. This exactly is the difference between Abhidhartha, the actual word meaning, the derivative meaning, and its Lakshartha, the implied sense is affection. The maternal affection, the paternal affection, the Guru's affection and all that. So, Sharanagata Vatsalasya. How are the Pandavas? Pandavasya ashramam na ati durena bhavyam. I feel that it must not be so far. They must be somewhere near. And therefore, Brahmani, if she is suggesting Vikroshama, there is every likelihood that some of the Pandavas would be there. They would listen to us and they would come because they are Yuddha Priya, number one. They are Sharanagata Vatsala, number two. Dineshu Pakshapatitaha. They have spatial favoritism, partiality, pakshapata. They do pakshapata, they do partiality, especially to those who are deena, who are very, poor, and they seek their patronage, they seek their help towards them. Dineshu pakshapatinaha, dineshu asahayeshu, people like us who are like helpless. So, Deena is not Deena as Dhanena Hinaha Deenaha or Kripanaha. It is Asahayaha, helplessness. Okay, we are helpless now. So, Deeneshu Pakshapatitaha, number three. Kritasahasascha, they are adventurous. So, they won't shy away from fighting a Rakshasa like Ghatotkacha. Krita, Kritam, Sahasam, Yaihi, Te. Krita sahasascha. So, four adjectives. Yuddha priyaha, Sharanagata vatsalaha, Deenaishu pakshapatitaha, and Krita sahasascha. And therefore, evam vidha pratibhaya kriti cheshtitanam dandam yatharhamiha dharayitum samarthaha. And therefore, they are samartha, capable. They are capable of Yathartham dandam dharayitum, to give equal, proper punishment. Yatharham dandam dharayitum. Iha, here. To whom? Ebam vidha pratibhaya akriti cheshtitanam. Like Cheshtita is like the vyapara, like the doings, the activities of people having such a ferocious figure. evam vidha pratibhaya akriti cheshtitanam. Like the actions of people, actions of monstrous people like this, like Ghatotkacha. So whatever is Ghatotkacha is doing, he is not allowing us to go from here, tishtha tishtha, nagantavyam, etc. He is warding us off. But they are the ones who would give proper punishment to people like him and his activities. So I just pray that they would be here nearby. So there is a hope now. Now the entire, the discussion which goes ahead, it oscillates between the fear and the hope. Fear and the hope. Fear and the hope. There are the andolanas of the mental workings of Brahmana, his sons and his wife, all the discussion. In one sentence there is a hope which rises up, the other sentence brings them down on the earth. So this is a very, what you can say, as in the first lecture perhaps I had told, regarding Bhasa, Bhasa is one such poet who does the psychoanalysis of his characters. It is not just a plain matter-of-fact description for him. He always takes into consideration the oscillations of different feelings and the workings of mind of his characters. So there is a hope now. Na ati durena, they won't be so far, so they would come to us, okay? Then, bho tata, see, there was a hope in the vachana, in the saying of Brahmana, but the Prathama son says, bho tata, na tatra Pandava iti manye. Pandavas are not there. You say Pandavas ashrama should be nearby, but I think they are not there now. Katham tvam janishe. He had all his hope rested on the Pandavas, right? Now, katham tvam janishe. Then the Prathama says, shrutam maya. I heard, tasmad agacchata kenachit. Somebody coming from there, tasmad pradeshat, tasmad ashramat agacchata kenachit brahmanena shrutam maya. Some Brahmana coming from their place, from him I heard, what? Shatakumbham nama yajnam anubhavitum maharshehe dhaumyasya ashramam gataha iti. They have gone to Maharshi Dhaumya's hermitage. Maharshehe dhaumyasya ashramam gataha. What for? Shatakumbham nama yajnam anubhavitum. To experience a yajna called Shatakumbha. So Maharshi Dhaumya had his Gurukula somewhere. He was performing a yajna called Shatakumbha. I searched on this thing for Shatakumbha. I did not come across a sacrifice, a yajna named after Shatakumbha. Maybe this is the name of some other yajna which involves, or which has, the participation or, the 100 pitchers filled with some udaka, etc. utilized in that yajna, maybe so. So, Shatakumbham nama yajnam anubhavitum maharshehe dhaumyasya ashramam gataha. So, the hope which was high up, Pandava should be na atidura, has come down. That I just heard that they have all gone to Maharshi Dhaumya's ashrama. That is far off. That is far away. Hanta hatasmaha. So we are doomed now. Nobody else here to protect us. Okay? Hanta hatasmaha. But again there is a hope. Tata. Natu sarveva. All Pandavas haven't gone. Ashrama paripalanartham iha sthapitaha kila madhyamaha. For the maintenance and taking care of their ashrama, their paranakuti here, their small hut here, they have kept behind Madhyamaha, that is Bhimasena. So Madhyama is here. All other Pandavas, 4 of them, they have gone. But Madhyama Pandava is here. Yadi evam, again the hope arises. Only one Pandava, no problem, Bhimasena is there. Why to fear? Yadi evam sannihita sarve Pandavaha. If he is there, all Pandavas are here only. In one, all Pandavas are here. Okay? Yadi evam sannihitaha sarve Pandavaha. But then again, the Prathama's son, he's a culprit. He makes the Brahmana's hope rise up and then brings it down, collapses like this. He says, Sachapi asyam velayam vyayama parichayartham viprakrishta deshastha iti shruyate. He has gone far away from the ashrama for his daily vyayama, for his exercise, running this, that, Great bodybuilder Bhimasena is, so he requires his vyayama every day. Sahapi viprakrishta desham gataha, matlab very far, he has gone far. Hant nirasha smaha. Again, we are hopeless, we have lost all the hopes. Bhavatu putra vyapashrayishye tavadenam. Still, we can, cry aloud. If he is nearby by any chance, and if he hears us, he will come, right? Vyapashrayishyamahe, vyapashrayishye tavadenam. I will call him. Prathama says, alam alam parishramena. Why do that? I know for certain he has gone, far away, not nearby in the ashrama. So what is the use? It's like a cry in the wilderness, aranya rodana. Who will listen to us? This is aranya. Na rantum sthanamatra alpamabhi iti aranyam. So this is like aranya rodana for us. It's a cry in the wilderness. So what is the use? Alam parishramena. Putra nirveda pratyarthini khalu prarthana. We can beg, we can request this fellow only, the Rakshasa, because Savimarshasya Vani, his Vani has something, he is not that terrifying. Can we request him something? Bhavatu pashyamaha tavad. Let us try. What's harm in trying? Bho purusha asti asmakam mokshaha. Can we get liberated from you? You only tell us what is the upaya. You are the one who has caught us. Asti asmakam mokshopayah. Is there any chance that we can be liberated? We can be freed by you? Mokshaha asti. Yes, there is a way. But there is a condition. Samayataha. Samayataha, there is a contract. You have to promise me something and then I can let you go. Kaha samayaha? Again hope. Kaha samaya? What is that contract? What is that term on which you will let us go? Asti me tatra bhavati janani. There is my mother. Taya aham adnyaptaha. Very simple sentence. I am told by her, Putra, mama upavasa visargartham asmin vanapradeshe kaschana manushyaha pratigriha anetavyaha iti. She told me, oh son, I have done some fast and upavasa parana visargartham. I have to end that fast and I have to eat now. For that, asmin vanapradeshe, from this forest region, kaschana manushyaha pratigriha anetavyaha. You catch hold of some human being. I want a narabali. I want a human bali, for my upavasa visarga. And therefore she has asked me to bring one person, not all of you. So you can all go. Give me one person. Then mokshaha asti. I will let you go. There is moksha. Samayataha. That condition is one person has to accompany me. Tataha maya asaditaha bhavan. That's why I caught hold of you. I want only one person. Okay? Patnya charitra shalinya dviputro mokshamichhasi bala balam paridnyaya putramekam visarjaya. What is the exact condition on which I will let you go? Putram ekam visarjaya. You have to offer one putra to me. Then you all other can go. I won't harm you at all. Okay? Putram ekam visarjaya. After doing what? Paridnyaya. After understanding, realizing, paritaha, jnanam grihitva. Uhapoham kritva, like the pros and cons, whom shall I go, whom shall I offer, whom shall I not offer. Like you think for yourselves all the pros and cons, bala balam paridnyaya, what will be good, what will be bad, like that bala balam paridnyaya putram ekam visarjaya. Yadi moksham ichhasi, if you want to be liberated from me, dviputraha, with 2 sons, and patnya charitrya shalinya, and your pativratastri, I will let you go. So you can go, your wife can accompany you, and 2 sons can accompany you. Putramekam visarjaya. After bala balam paridnyaya. Who you want to offer to me for my mother's upavasa parana? Hambho rakshasapasada kimaham abrahmanaha. Do you feel that I am abrahmana? I am a pishacha to offer my son to you? Am I that bad? I can't offer anybody like this. I can't offer anybody like this. Hambho rakshasa apasada. Apasada is krura rakshasa. Krura rakshasa. Kimaham abrahmanaha. Brahmanas are compassionate, okay? Do you feel that I am so cruel to offer one of my child to you? Brahmanaha shrutavan vruddhaha putram shila gunanvitam purushadasya dattvaham katham nirvrutimapnuyam. You are a man-eater, purushada. Rakshasas are purusham atti iti purushadaha. One who eats purusha, naramausa, bhakshaka, okay? Purushadasya dattva aham katham nirvrutimapnuyam. How can I rest in peace? How can I be, contented after giving one of my sons to a person like you who is a flesh eater, a man eater? I am a Brahmana, Shrutavan, I am learned. I have done the abhyasa of the Shrutis and therefore I am Shrutavan. Vruddhaha, I am aging, and how can I give Putram Shila Gunanvitam, my very well-behaved son? How can I spare? Am I an Abrahmana to give him to you, to be eaten up, to be gobbled up by you, Naramausa Bhakshaka? Ghatotkacha says, Yadi arthitaha dvijashrestha putramekam namunchasi. I am begging of you, I told you, I will let you all pass away from here very happily. Spare one child. If you don't do that, yadi arthitaha dvijashrestha putramekam namunchasi sakutumbaha kshanenaiva vinasham upayasyasi. In a moment, your entire family will be gone. Better to save the life of 4 people and spare 1 person. Right? Otherwise, all of you will be gone in a second, in a minute. Sakutumbaha kshanenaiva. In a moment, I will kill you all along with the entire family. To save yourself, this is the last opportunity. I am giving you again and again. Putramekam muncha. Okay? Vruddha says, Esha eva me nishchay. Okay, you want 1 person, na? I have decided for myself. Okay? Let me give you 1 person for the upavasa parana. Kritakrityam shariram me parinamena jarjaram rakshasagnau sutapekshi hoshyami vidhi sanskritam. I will myself offer my own body to you. I offer my body. I do it havi, hoshyami, havir dadami, of my own body. Rakshasagnau, in the fire of you, a Rakshasa. You are yourself an Agni. I offer myself as an ahuti, as an oblation to you. Vidhi Sanskritam, as you know, in the yajna, you utter the mantras and you sprinkle ghee, ajya, and then offer the oblation, that is called Vidhi Samskrita Havihi. So like that, I will offer myself with mantra, samantrakam ahutim dasyami, Rakshasagno, Sutapekshi, because I want to care for all my 3 children. I can't spare either of them. None of them I want to spare and part with. And therefore, Krita Krityam Shariram Me. What have I to obtain now? I have obtained everything. Krita Krityam Shariram Me. Parinamena Jarjaram. And because of the Vaya, because of my age, it has become Jarjara. I am getting, decaying. My body is decaying day by day. It is not that I have to see this, I have to earn money, I have to do that. My sons will be there. My children will take care of my wife. I have obtained everything that I wanted to. And therefore, Krita Krityam. Yat kinchit kritam tad maya krityam. Whatever was to be done has already been done by me. And this Jarjara Sharira, I don't want to maintain it anymore. So I will offer myself to you. Brahmani says, no, how can she, allow, she is a pativrata stri. And therefore she says, Arya ma evam, no, you can't do that. Patimatra dharmini pativrata iti nama. The very nature of pativrata, the pativrata dharma is, pati is her whole and soul, She is the soulmate of her husband and she can't have life after her husband's demise. And therefore, Patimatra dharmini pativrata iti uchyate grihita phalena etena sharirena aryam kulam cha rakshitum ichchami. Let him take me. One person he wants, na? Let him take me. I want to protect my pati and my kula. My 3 sons are my kula and my pati. So let him take me because grihita phalena etena sharirena. This sharira has already received whatever phala it wanted to, because I bore 3 children to you, right? So I have done my duty. In continuation of the family, it is the role of a woman to bear children so that santana, the kula vriddhi, can go on and on. So grihita phala, I have obtained I have done my duty, pativrata dharma, I have done the grihini dharma, I have given birth to 3 children. So with this sharira, I would like to protect yourself and my kula as well. So let him take me. See, this is a very pathetic condition in a way. A Brahmana family with 3 sons is caught, and when there is an offering made, a condition is laid down that his mother, Ghatotkacha's mother, wants one manushya for the Upavasa Visarga, for the Parana of Visarga. One person has to be taken by him to his mother, but the others could be saved. And each one of them is vying with each other, competing with each other to offer his or her own self in the Rakshasagni. So this is a very, what you can say, a very typical in the Indian ethos, in the Indian culture, that to save the husband, the wife is coming forward. To save our entire family, the husband wants to offer himself, and next we will see how all the 3 children, they turn by turn want to offer themselves. This can happen only in India. Okay, so this is, why I am saying this? Time and again I have been repeating, Bhasa is the upholder of the Sanatana Dharma. He hasn't forgotten any principle or a fundamental tenet of Sanatana Dharma. This is the Kutumba Vyavastha in Indian society. This is the Kutumba Vyavastha. When we regard it as one family, it is the sacrificing nature for the welfare of the others that one is more, into it. And people weight it more, they consider it as their pleasure to sacrifice their own happiness for the happiness of the others. So this is the Kautumbika Charitra, and next we will see how all other 3 children also, they they want to offer themselves. So this is a very pathetic picture in a way, and how Bhasa tries to bring in the family values in a way, indirectly they are the family values. So with this we'll stop now. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. See you next Sunday with how these sons vibe with each other. Till then, Hari Om.